Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we thank Him for everything that He has provided for us. And we send blessings and salutations upon the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, upon him, his companions, his household, and of course, all of you as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept those who were fasting for His sake for the month of Shawwal. And I promise, as usual, to take only about 5 to 6 minutes, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taught us through the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam something when it comes to the quality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see, a big mistake that a lot of us make when it comes to understanding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that we understand Him through a human lens, which is incorrect. We put limitations on the one who is completely limitless. We put limitations on what human qualities and characteristics should be, which causes to doubt, a'udhu billah, the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see, me being someone who is a teacher and knowing how children are, I've realized something that human beings, especially children, have the tendency to make a mistake. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us in a way that we are prone to making mistakes. He's made us this way. And not only are we prone to make mistakes, we're prone to make that same mistake over and over again. Whether that be in a math equation or a problem where that student continues to forget that same step and makes that same mistake over and over again. Or whether it's a disruption in class where that student apologizes for that mistake but makes that same mistake over and over again. Or whether that be you and I who commit a sin, an act of harm against our own. We could have made a sin during Dhuhr and we asked Allah's forgiveness. We made tawbah, we made istighfar, and then guess what? By Asr we're doing it again. And then we try again. But the problem is this, the same way I'm a teacher and I understand that children make that mistake, eventually that child is going to think, man, Mr. SQ is not going to forgive me. I've made this mistake 3 times, 4 times in a row, over and over again. And I keep telling it, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I'm sorry. You've done this with your parents where you've disrespected your parents, you've told them you're sorry, yet you do that same mistake over and over again. You and I start believing that our parents, our teacher, whoever it might be, won't forgive us. The value of our apology, the value of the sincerity, the weight of that apology is diminishing, it's going away. Why? Because we say it over and over again, but we make the same mistake over and over again, completing the cycle. So what happens is, through our weakness, we assume that Allah's the same way. That how will Allah forgive me? I just sought tawbah for watching pornography and yet I'm doing it again. Allah, you're not going to forgive me. How can you forgive me, Ya Allah, Ya Rabb? I just sought your forgiveness and then immediately after I sinned again. And not just any sin, I sinned that same sin again. Allah, how can you forgive me? That's impossible, Allah, you won't forgive me. And that's when the shaitan starts playing with you. The shaitan starts manipulating you and starts thinking, Allah can't forgive you, bro. You've done this again and again. Why should Allah forgive you? You clearly haven't learned a lesson from this. But one name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we all forget is the name Al-Mutakabbir. That means He is supreme. He is above what you imagine Him to be. He is above those limitations that you and I have of, having a tolerance or a threshold of forgiveness. Because any human being who forgives, they have a limit. You mess with me 2 times, I'm still forgiving you. 3, 4 times, I might not forgive you, or I might be more hesitant. 5 or 6 times, I'll be like, yo, you're playing games with me. The one who is forgiving is less likely to forgive. The one who is asking for forgiveness is embarrassed because how can this person forgive me? As a person who is a sinner, don't be embarrassed to go back to Allah because He is not shy to continue to forgive you over and over again. So don't be shy to seek His forgiveness. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you all. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us stay away from those sins. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us more pious and have more taqwa for Him. Jazakallah for listening. I appreciate you all. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك.